Hardship areas in Kenya have their own success stories. Now, there is a boy who, in 2012 in Samburu County, scored the best marks ever in KCSE since the beginning of the 844 system. He scored a straight A and secured himself a chance at the University of Toronto. I met him there, where he is studying finance and economics. And here is his story at home and abroad. For Kevin Lempiris, the sky is the limit. He walks with his head high into this busy laboratory that is known as Rotman Finance Lab, where students undertaking finance and economics are exposed to the field of financial analysis. Here you find top brains from different parts of the world.
Oh, so they're doing market analysis, yani stocks zinaenda aje according to news. Hapo to the next, hapo unaonyeshwa either currencies, vile currencies in trade against the US dollars kama Canadian dollar ama euro.
At the time of this interview, Kevin had just completed his 3 months internship at Google in Dublin City, Ireland. He is among the beneficiaries of the Equity Leaders Program, which admits the top-performing boy and girl in Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education exams from each county for pre-university mentorship while working for the Equity Bank. Wings to Fly scholars who score an A in KCSE also qualify to join the program, which is run by the Equity Group Foundation. The program develops scholars in personal and professional development, global exposure, creativity, and innovation, as well as community engagement. Kevin was picked because he was not only the top male student, but also the best student in Samburu County in the 2012 KCSE exams.
I was working at Equity, actually when we were at the induction first, before even we started working, we were interacting with students who had applied to schools like Harvard already, MIT, and there were students who just studied in Kenya and then did well and joined Equity, and then they did the SATs and later decided to apply for financial aid in American University. So those students kind of encouraged me even to look more and look for opportunities like the ones that they got. And for that reason, I started looking at the US and looking at Canada. And it's actually very interesting how I got to apply to Canada, because it's one of the customers at Equity who told me that they know someone who had applied to another program called CANSAP. CANSAP is a bit more like Equity. They don't do the pre-university program, but they can help you with essays, and they can also pay for your SAT and ACT exams.
KENSAP is the Kenya Scholar Athlete Project that assists gifted, needy Kenyan high school graduates gain admission to highly selective universities in the United States and Canada. It is because of the guidance he got through this program and the Equity Mentorship Program that Kevin successfully found the right course to do and secured a scholarship.
MasterCard scholarship. It's mostly for students from Sub-Saharan Africa who have demonstrated academic excellence and leadership skills. And it's pretty expensive. It costs about 56,000 Canadian dollars, which is...
Per year? Or?
Per year, yeah. Which is a bit about maybe 5 million Kenyan shillings, yeah. My father passed on when I was about 8. So I grew up with my mother, and my mother didn't have formal education. So she doesn't have like a job or anything. She does small scale businesses.
Kevin joined this university in 2014. He's expecting to graduate in June 2018.
It was my first time outside Kenya. Actually, after I graduated high school, it was my first time in Nairobi, actually.
When we return, find out how Kevin's performance has impacted on his village and his former school.
The Equity Leaders Program was founded in 1998 with a single scholar, Samuel Kirubi, who has since gone on to become the Managing Director of Equity Bank's Ugandan subsidiary. Over the years, 5,431 scholars have joined the program and benefited from paid internships in Equity Bank before proceeding for their university studies in both national and global universities. Out of these, 443 have been admitted into global universities. In 2018, 371 scholars joined the program. The universities with the highest number of ELP scholars include Harvard University, Africa Leadership Academy, University of Toronto, University of Pretoria, Yale University, Duke University, and University of Pennsylvania. National universities in Kenya with the highest number of scholars include University of Nairobi, Kenyatta University, Moi University, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, and Egerton University.
It was a dare that saw him overcome the challenges that come with learning in hardship areas. A dare that saw him score the best marks ever in Samburu County since the beginning of the 844 system. A dare that propelled him to the University of Toronto. Kevin has made his family proud. He's made Samburu proud. We met his mother in Lukroto village, Maralal location. She told us that her firstborn son had made her a celebrity in this locality.
I was always looked down upon, but since Lempiris left for Toronto, people now treat me with a lot of respect.
She remembers with nostalgia how Kevin would go out of his way to balance between being a houseboy and a student.
Lempiris had passion for education. When he went out herding, he would carry his books along. At night, he would study using a kerosene lamp. Now things have changed. We now use solar-powered lamp.
Kevin almost dropped out of high school as the family had exhausted all available resources by the time he was in Form 3. But a sponsor came in handy.
Tumekuwa na mama tukisaidiana, tukilipa school fees Form 1 and 2, mpaka akapata udhamini kwa World Bank akiwa Form 3. Lakini all along tumekuwa na mama tukimsaidia kulipa school fees, pocket money, shule ikifungwa anakuja kwangu, anakuja kwa mama. So tumekuwa tunaye all through since akiwa Form 1 mpaka akamaliza high school.
Apart from this livestock, Kevin's mother depends on selling ornaments for a living.
I sell this as a set especially to foreigners.
Kevin's record at his former school remains unbroken 5 years later. He is a role model the community prides in.
With the success of Lempiris, the rest of other students got challenged and motivated, and somehow they become to realize that they can also do it and it is possible to pass. With that, we have seen a lot of changes in the student behavior in the school. Most of them have begun working hard. Most of them have begun reporting to school in time. We are seeing changes in terms of performance in our school. In fact, from that 2012, our mean has been going up. They are up to, we got a mean of in 2015, we had a mean of almost 8.0. I can attribute that to the success of Lempiris.
He really assisted the students in students management in terms of discipline of the students. You could talk to them and listen to him because one thing, he was a bright student. Focused, he was also very focused.
Back to the University of Toronto, and Kevin has some piece of advice for the youth.
As far as you're doing the right thing, just be patient. Your streak is just about the corner.
His role model, he says, is Supreme Court Judge Isaac Lenaola.
Growing up, when I started doing well, everyone in the family was telling me, work hard and be like Isaac. So he was always like the reference point. Alafu, even when I was really young, when I was in primary school, I had interacted with him, and he wanted me to do well so that I could join Alliance. Unfortunately, I didn't join Alliance.
At the University of Toronto, Kevin is not that lonely. He enjoys the company of many other Kenyan students studying here, and he estimates that there could be about 30 of them. Time now for the Diaspora Bite of the Week.
Our students and business people get 5 years visa. And we do the same also for the Americans, those who are going there on business or as students. Previously they would get 2 years visa as students, and then you are supposed before the 2 years visa ends, you go back to Kenya to have it renewed. You tell me, Alex, if you are struggling with tuition fees, sure, the traveling to go and renew your visa will be the last thing on your mind.